So out of any of the genres in anime, the harem genre seems to be one of the most controversial ones. And I fully agree on the reasons why, since the format of most of them are pretty much the same, consisting of an MC, typically bland, always catching the attention of all the other heroines around him. But out of any harem anime that I've seen, the 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You easily became one of my favorite romance animes to either watch or read, and I'm going to explain it for every reason why. But of course, this is my personal opinion about this anime. This is not at all me trying to recommend this to you. This is just me going on a yapping spree of just how much I love it.
Sinker, that's what I'm talking about, Shadows! You know I love that shit!
So allow me to tell you about RMC Aija Rentaro, or if you have been part of the community, Chad Taro. Rentaro has been confessing to girls for all of his life, only to be rejected 100 times, ever since he was 8 months old. And just when he was down on his luck, a god had descended upon him. Well, from a donation box, but a god is a god, right? But anyway, this god proclaimed to Rentaro that he will have 100 soulmates during his high school days. Except there is a small catch. Any soulmate he does not end up with will perish.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Now, despite how dark that detail may be, I promise this detail has little relevance to the actual story, because Rentaro had stated that he does not want to date them out of the obligation for their lives, but instead because he truly loves them all. He's not like frustratingly dense. And I'm not just specifically talking about harem anime, but also romance anime too, where the heroines would do some obvious action to gain their attraction, but the main character just completely looks over it. And I hope I'm not the only one that feels completely annoyed every time this happens. Rentaro is actually attentive, decisive, and actually supports the growth and interactions between all of his girlfriends. In fact, one example is Shizuka. She is his third girlfriend and is so shy she is basically almost mute, and so she relies on her book to communicate. And despite only knowing her for a very short amount of time, he in only a few days created an app that could help Shizuka communicate better, using the very book she loves the most as a reference. And he does similar acts of kindness to other girls who would at the end up being his girlfriend. But it's not like he's actively searching for girlfriends like Ash would be on his Pokemon journey. If a flash moment happens with a new girl, he would do anything possible in order to earn their affection. And by the end, whether or not he is the one who confesses or it is they the one who confesses, he accepts the result no matter what, even if he's rejected. But he just so happens to have the wrist to catch them all. Now, if you were to ask me what the biggest highlight of the series would be, it would, surprising to most, would be the girlfriends. And the reason I say surprising to most is because, well, there's going to be 100 girlfriends by the end of this, which only means 100 completely unique characters. And based on the first impressions I've seen most people have over the first season of the anime, they believe only a certain amount of characters will be the main heroines, while everyone else will simply be side characters that would appear every now and then. And so if you read the manga, you already know what I'm about to say next. This also applies to people who are still currently watching the second season of the anime. And it's that every girl who enters the family will have equal attention no matter when they joined. And like, it's pretty obvious that with every new character you're adding into the main group, it's only going to get harder and harder to equally show every single character, and not only have them keep their relevance but still grow throughout the story. Yet Nozawa Sensei does this amazingly.
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
In case anyone watching this video is still watching the anime, I'm not gonna go deep into manga spoilers, but there are slice of life moments with the girls hanging out with Rentaro or just with each other. And I think my personal favorite duo between all of them is Nano and Shizuka, which is mainly just Nano always finding a reason to fawn over her cuteness, hence why they're one of my favorite ships within the family. Then we have Karane, who easily became my favorite tsundere in anime. Most tsunderes I find very annoying, but I find her generally fun with how exaggerated of a tsundere she is. And she actually is honest about her feelings about Rentaro. She made to confess her feelings to Rentaro in one episode. How many tsunderes do you think could do that? And we have Hakuri, who is just the embodiment of lust, just having dirty thoughts 24/7. And her dynamic with Karane is just beautiful. They're always at each other, whether it's just to insult each other or just be romantic together. And another favorite character of mine just appeared recently in the second season, Mimimi. And she is like the best narcissist you would ever see, because she's just a very beautiful character who's able to see the beauty in everything and everyone. Naturally. And when she entered that beauty contest with Nano to decide whether or not she'd be with Rentaro, I was so glad and so happy to see this image of Rentaro.
Hey, what is that?
Let me tell you, when I saw this in the manga, I died laughing. Same here when I watched it. And I also very much love how each girlfriend is just a very greatly exaggerated archetype of what a heroine would be in a romance anime. And every girl is best girl, so whoever which one you want to win is going to win. Since in most harem anime, although you have multiple options, only one would win. Now I know for a fact that one of, if not the biggest reason as to why many people love this series, is the amount of absurd humor that appears everywhere. There are gags everywhere. In the literal first episode, you see them breaking the fourth wall, and they did it differently in the anime than they did in the manga. The God of Love literally stated during his interaction with Rentaro how so much content was cut out from the manga into the anime, which wasn't much, but you get the joke. Even the first episode of the second season mentions about how long it was since the first season aired, and I'm so happy about how well the fourth wall breaking humor adapted into the anime. I especially like the Your Name reference in episode 13, and I think my favorite thing about the comic is just how wild and crazy it could get. Like in the second episode, you have a vice principal that literally goes ahead and kisses any student who breaks any of the rules.
I am disgusted.
Which is only really a taste of how worse it could get later on. Also, it's a shame I never got to see this image of Rentaro having an essay full of how great his girlfriends are getting adapted into the anime, but I heard it is going to appear at the end of the season as like a little bonus part, so I'm not that upset over it yet. Anyway, that's all I really have to say about the anime. It's great, it's funny, it's really refreshing with some characters, and Rentaro did manage to become my favorite romance protagonist. If you have your own, please tell me in the comments. And I guess the only thing I could say at this point is,
It should have been me, not him!
otherwise, I hope you have a nice day. Peace.